Speaking of Bob, I'm going to have a chance to chat with him. But I wrote this note down. Let's talk a little bit about the Tower of Babel.
Bob Anthony and I were sort of kindred spirits in Spokane and then later in Portland too, in part because we just had our eyes on a much more distant prize than what was there. And both of us would do show prep. And we like to encourage each other. And so we were writing one-liners, and Bob said, man, we could probably sell these things. So we, I don't know how we even kept it afloat. I mean, because this was back in the day, there was no email, there was no nothing. You had to literally type something up.
Yeah.
No memory typewriter. You had to type it up, then you had to run Xerox copies of it, then you had to put it in the mail and a stamp on it and send it off.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that many subscribers. We had probably less than 100 subscribers. So I don't think Bob and I ever made $50 ourselves off the deal. But the best day we ever had there was the day we got a check from KFRC for Dr. Don Rose had chosen it as one of his services, one of his joke services.
Cool.
So we were just writing one-liners apropos to the songs of the time. So.
You know what sticks in my mind is working at KPAM. I was in evenings across from both of you guys on the air for a period of time. I don't know where we got it, but we got the Tower of Babel sheet.
Yeah.
And it was hanging up on our wall. And so I was using some of those lines. And one time, I think my friend Jim Donovan, because he was over with you guys at that point, I think he introduced me to you at some function. And I remember you saying, yeah, somebody over there is using our bits. And it was like, I don't know where that Tower of Babel came from, but I'm not going to say anything. So and we only had one. It was like one copy.
One copy of one of the things, yeah. No, actually, the weirdest thing that ever happened to me one time was I was at KFRC in San Francisco, and Les Garland was my program director at the time, and he called me and he says, come here, I want to listen to something. And there was some guy who was in Sacramento, which was, they could get KFRC in Sacramento, and this guy was doing my show. He was doing things that I had said on KFRC, I mean, almost verbatim, bit after bit after, or even the weather. I mean, you're going, well, that's flattery, I guess, but that was so weird.
Yeah, I remember, and I'm going to ask you if you remember any of the bits that you might have done over song intros or anybody else there. I remember one of yours, and I remember one of Bob's, and I'll give you yours.
Okay.
You don't have to be a star, but you don't have to make an asteroid out of yourself either.
God, we thought we were so clever.
I remember.
We thought we were so clever.
Yeah. Bob's was over Shake Your Booty. It was Shake Your Booty, used to be Shake a Leg, but everything's a little higher right now. So those are some classic things.
So what we would do with the Tower of Babel was we would, and this is back in the days when we were drinking, I was drinking, is we'd go to Bob's place because he was a bachelor, and we'd sit there and we'd get a 6-pack of Rainier beer. And the first bottle of Rainier was, that's like getting the dust off the, write this line, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And by the third bottle of Rainier, we were freaking brilliant
Yeah.
in our minds.
Yeah, exactly.